Porsha ready to steal somebody else's husband. Yours. Yours. Sweetie me again. Sweetie me again.
Record that.
Then also, who else do we have? There's a new girl named Angela Oakley. Now I don't know Angela, but I hear her husband is everything. I hear her husband is everything. I hear her husband is everything.
I just feel like, even though you may not be married, it's just some things are just common sense of how to behave around a married couple. Mm-hmm. And for me, I don't even like to stand and look someone's husband eye to eye and carry on more than a 3-minute conversation. So when we go to exchange telephone numbers, like I was telling somebody the other day, every type of communication that you have with this couple needs to go through the wife. And you should know that at some point in your life. And if you overstep that boundary, then your intentions were wrong from the beginning.
Porsha Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's false. But Porsha Guardia is in the building. See y'all.
What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Fina Entertainment News. And that moment right there was short-lived because after celebrating and using his last name, you all know that Porsha Williams, he filed for divorce after that. And since then, she's been in and out of court with Simon. So let's get into the latest news. Last night, I was minding my business while being nosy, and this post from Porsha Williams popped up in my feed. It's disheartening to see my estranged husband make choices that have led to this outcome. At this moment, my priority is moving forward with my family. Praying hand emoji. And Porsha knew eventually this was going to hit the press, okay? But before it did, people were confused. So you had comments on that post like, he was someone else's problem. You went for a visit, looked around, and liked what you saw. You thought the grass was greener. Girl, we have moved on from you and your drama, girl. Go ahead, work your family. We got other important stuff to worry about, like egg prices and executive orders. Porsha, please, look how you did him. Quit playing with folks' coins. Basically, the house and everything else. Speaking of the house, just get out the man's house and he will leave you alone. Why do you ladies take what others worked for, as opposed to building your own stuff? Girl, WTF you talking about? It was a scam that Ty set up. We need a backstory. What happened? This wasn't like he don't kill somebody or something that is going on. Girl, WTF he has done now. The feds came to pick him up. Porsha, if you caught ice on him, then just say that. And someone wrote on that comment, her and Phaedra probably did. Bleep freaking frack. And speaking of Phaedra, she was in the comments. Bless his heart. With a praying hand emoji. And speaking of, Porsha and Phaedra allegedly calling ice on that man. That's exactly what happened. Let's get into it. Now, when I say that's exactly what happened, I'm not saying Porsha and Phaedra did this. I'm saying as far as Simon being in ICE custody, okay? So news broke last night that Simon is currently being held at a detention center in Georgia, according to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's record. And if you look further, it shows detained by ICE, which is the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, okay? And basically, this is a part of the new administration's mass deportation plan, which, basically illegal immigrants could be deported to their home countries. Now, Simon already moved out of this country. He already established and did everything he had to do to transition over into Dubai. He's been living his life, having a great time, have his businesses, allegedly a job, everything over there at home, and is doing well. But about a week or a few days ago, Porsha responded to a comment that their divorce was going to be finalized either this week or next week. So it's possible that Simon came back for that. One, his children live in this country. He still have businesses in this country. Because with everything that's going on, and now under the new administration, I don't even know why Simon would even risk it to come here, to be in this situation where he's being detained allegedly, and headlines and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the divorce is important. You want your house back. You wanted to be here in person. Chat Zoom, okay? Listen, I'm not about to be detained, thrown on the plane, to be taken somewhere where I don't want to go. I am going to attend this divorce proceedings via Zoom. I trust my attorneys. They can be there on my behalf while I'm on the camera over here. I'm not risking it. But like I said, you never know, because he have children here. His business is here. So there could be a reason why he decided to come back to risk it. And this is what's going on. Now, this is where doing videos and explaining everything and being detailed come in handy. Because as you can see on the screen, about a year ago, I talked about all of this. I gave the background and the rundown of everything Simon did that led him in this situation in the first place. So instead of me wasting my time going back and trying to read all this information that just came out today, why not just post the clip from the previous video I did a year ago explaining everything that led Simon right back in this situation where he's now being detained. So let's get into that. Remember, on the screen a year ago. See, if I'm saying certain dates and all of that, just know this is from a year ago. I'm wishing all of you well and take care, and let's get into it. Because at this point, is Simon really your name, sir? Back then, when Porsha got with Simon, and we were talking about it, and when I allegedly called Simon a scammer, when I allegedly talked about fraud, I was called a hater, bitter. You're not happy for Porsha and all of that. And come to find out, vindicated. I wasn't wrong. So let's get into these court documents. We're going to address him as Simon. But according to court documents, on August 11, 1982, Simon entered the United States, okay? But he overstayed his visitor visa. Then in 1985, he requested an adjustment to his status, and that adjustment application was denied. He was then declared deportable, which Simon voluntarily departed from the United States on December 28, 1985. He then re-entered the United States in June of 1986, and he overstayed his 6-month visitor visa again. And in September 1987, he was arrested for bank and credit card fraud and pleaded guilty to a felony offense. He was arrested in January 1989 for unauthorized use of a vehicle, and again in May 1990 for fraud. Thereafter, the agency began removal proceedings. My goodness. Again, January 1991, Simon committed another felony offense, credit card fraud. In April 1991, an immigration judge held a hearing and ordered that Simon be deported. On March 4th, 1992, Simon was deported and physically removed from the United States, okay? Before his March 1992 removal, however, on October 24th, 1988, Simon used a different identity to seek temporary resident status under the Special Agricultural Worker Program known as SAW. He also did not include his criminal history on the SAW application. When his SAW application was approved, with these misrepresentations and omission, he was given a registered card as a temporary resident on July 25th, 1991. So for those of you who might be confused about the dates, how was he approved for something in 1988, but then he was going to be deported in March? Let's go back to the very first thing that I read. Simon entered the country in 1982, okay? Then he overstayed his visitor visa. In 1995, he attempted to adjust his status, but it was denied, okay? And then he voluntarily basically left the country because when his application was denied, he was declared deportable. So then he voluntarily left. And then he committed those crimes. After he re-entered the United States in June of 1986, okay? He overstayed his visitor visa by 6 months. And then in September 1987, he was arrested for bank and credit card fraud. He pleaded guilty to the felony offense, okay? And he was arrested again in January 1989, okay? So for those of you who are confused, when all of this was going on and his first time getting deported and all of that, when he came back and re-entered, that's when he filed under a fake name and got certain paperwork that he needed. But under his original name, he still had all of these crimes allegedly and all of these things going on. And the only reason why his documents were approved is because he provided fake information. So hopefully you follow me now. Let's continue. So remember, because of his lies and a fake name, he was given a registration card as a temporary resident, okay, on July 25th, 1991. A part of that immigration benefits and program, okay? Well, Simon's status under that program was then automatically converted from temporary to permanent resident status following the waiting period, okay? Simon received his permanent residency card on April 27, 1992, at 26 days after he had been deported under his other undisclosed identity. So for those of you who are looking for tea on Simon, well, if he's going by Simon, but his real name when he committed those crimes wasn't Simon, then that's why you couldn't find the mugshots, the tea, the paperwork, and all of that. And even in this document, they're listing undisclosed. So they're still not listing the name. And Simon felt like, you know what, it worked. So let me go ahead and push my luck and apply to become a citizen. And that's the thing, okay? You can do all of that and it might work for you for a while, but eventually it will catch up with you. So on December 22nd, 2016, when he applied under his second identity, it was denied, okay? Because his temporary resident status was unlawfully granted. On December 31st, 2020, he filed again. And of course, at this point, you know the answer. It was denied again, okay? Simon's last filing is listed March of 2023, less than a year ago, and yeah, a hot mess. So he rushed and got married to Porsha, once again, who is another American citizen, in hopes maybe Porsha Williams, connections and things like that would help his status. But all of the lies and fraud and stealing allegedly and everything that he did to get the money that he now have allegedly, good luck to them. I normally focus on blessings. I don't use the word luck. But in this case, good luck. Now, on the screen, you are witnessing videos and images and different things from Dubai, okay? I'm going to leave these on the screen while I talk real quick. So for those of you who are like, what does that mean, Vina? Thank you so much for reading everything, but what does it mean? Simon is a legal immigrant, okay? And basically, he shouldn't even be in this country. He's only in this country because of using a fake identity. Once again, his recent attempt to basically get rid of this situation was in March of 2023. Okay, so less than a year ago. It's going to be a year next month. So basically, that's possibly the reason why he's been in Dubai a lot and other places. Okay, that doesn't mean he can't come back here, but now that the information is out, if he does come back, he could get deported. Okay, and exactly what I said a year ago is what happened. Okay, if he comes back, he could get deported, and that's exactly what's going on right now, allegedly. But we shall see the outcome. Like I said, he was probably here for his divorce proceedings, seeing his children, and also handling businesses and all of that. But with this current administration, I'm not even sure why he thought, hey, I'm going to take the risks and do it anyways. Regardless of everything that's going on, there you have it. I'm wishing all of you well, like I stated earlier, and take care. I really hopped on this last night. I was doing a video, and then my body won, okay? My body won, and I went to... I do my best to stay consistent on YouTube, but most of you are aware I have businesses and a career outside of YouTube. So I had a long week and was exhausted, but better late than never. So there you have it. And if you missed the video I posted a few days ago on Simon, celebrating about possibly winning one of his many cases against Porsha, or almost, getting close to that, going in on Porsha and her family, about, talking about him on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and all of that. I've also linked that video in the description below. And, overall, regardless of how, we feel, it might not be here for, certain people and all of that, I do wish all of these people well. It is never that deep for me. I don't know them personally. I come on here, I do the videos, and I move on. And you don't have to know people personally to wish them well. I'm just simply saying that it's just reality TV. It's not that deep for me. I do the videos and I move on. So I genuinely do wish all of them well, and hopefully lesson learned and people can do better moving forward.
My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.